Hey guys, welcome to Meow Club. So, I've been wanting to do this for a while. There's a little spider there. I've been super busy lately and my new job's not great for having time to film in daylight, which I always think gives much better lighting and so on. But anyway, I've got a chance to show you some of the stuff I've been playing since Dominaria released. Love the set, Dominaria, I think it's great so far, really enjoying it. So this is a limited deck from a draft and I think it's actually very good. I went 3-1 I think, and the game I lost was super close. I lost to, it was Sultai, I think, just splashing blue, but he was sort of getting a lot of sapling value and I actually made a couple of really bad misplays. The main one being that I didn't read the card. There's the card where you can assign its damage if it wasn't blocked and it deals 7, so that was hard to get around and sort of not taking care of it when I should have, because I was thinking I could just chump it. But anyway, let's get to the deck. I put some of the lands back that weren't mine, so you'll have to use your imagination a bit with the mana base. It was 2 swamps, so we're an Abzan deck, but we're just splashing black really. 2 memorials. Memorials are really great. I think you should snap them up if you can get them in your colours in a draft. Probably 3rd or 4th pick is okay for that, unless there's anything better. And then other than that, we had an even split of forests and plains, so what would it have been? It would have been 2 swamps, a memorial of each colour, and then it would have been 6 of each basic forest and plains. So then we go into the action. I've got one adventurous impulse. Yeah, this is a great card if you're in green, especially if you're going into 3 colours. I've got Healing Grace, which seems a little bit vanilla at first, but it's actually a pretty good combat trick. And if you've got decent creatures, you know people are going to try and burn, because there's a lot of burn-based removal in this format. I think it's a good shout. It was sideboarded at first, but I ended up putting it in. So let's go to the 2-drop slot. Quite a lot of 2-drops, as you can see. I got a cast down. That was actually one of the things that persuaded me to end up running black in the end. Really great removal. Misa Unicorn is a good value creature. We've got 2 Board the Weatherlights. This was pretty good in this deck. I think it's not great in every deck, but if you are running a lot of historics, it's good. Sarah Disciple is in the deck and it's a really good card in this format, I think. Shana Sisei's Legacy, she's great as well. I mean, she's always going to be a 1-1 and she gets bigger and really problematic as the game goes on. I think I underrated her, but having played her in Limited, I think she's great. Vicious Offering, I'm always happy to take that, especially after a cast down, persuading me to go into black. 2 Grow from the Ashes, these were really useful in my deck to get the black mana when I needed it. 1 Slimefoot the Stowaway, it's quite a slow format and the games go long. He's really an all-star in the deck. A Dub, pretty good, great to put on a lifelink creature to stabilised, or on Shana, just a big first striker. Pegasus Courser, great with Shana as well, give her flying. Skittering Surveyor, I would say this card is always good in a 3-colour deck in Limited. Shalai, Voice of Plenty, I think she was my first pick, and so I was thinking I'm definitely going to play white, but maybe not splash the green for the second ability. I did end up deciding to do that, which actually was relevant at some points. 2 Call the Cavalries, really great card. I was picking these quite early because I knew I would be in white. Sanctum Spirit, this, your opponent's quite normally quite reluctant to block this, which is interesting. You can kind of bluff with it. Ariel, Knight of Windgrace, she's amazing, especially with 2 Call the Cavalries. I actually got her abilities going in the late game a couple of times. One Baloth Gorger, I don't think I saw him throughout the whole tournament. Arvad the Cursed, awesome finisher in this deck. And one Blessed Light to exile a creature enchantment. So yeah, this deck, I would say, if you've watched my other videos of playing in this format, I think this was the best performing deck I've played so far. I probably wouldn't have thought that while building it, but it just turned out to be really hard to beat for my opponents. I mean, I was sort of just hanging on for the early game and then waiting to stabilize with something like a big creature like Shalai, for example. The look on your opponent's face when you slam down Shalai is great. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you think, guys. It was a fun deck to play, and I've got a couple more DeckTechs that I'm going to be in constructed, so please check them out. Thanks for watching. Bye.